died. Now he's got to explain to Georgia how his guy let this happen. It's a fucking mess.
Shit, I want to shoot something.
Jesus.
I ain't asking. Now, what the hell's that about?
Odds ain't leaning in your favor.
What is this? Still crazy out there.
God above, spare my life. Run, as fast as you can.
I'm fucking trapped, y'all!
Get away from here. Get away from here.
We have to go. We have to get out of here. Run!
Oh, that Cassandra really buffaloed you, didn't she? Fucking lunatics. Every last one of them. I know this is personal for you, but you want to... What the ever-living hell is a chitterling?
Goddamn perfect. These niggers never knew what hit them. And boy, I never thought I'd say this, but a blowjob from a colored girl? Goddamn, that's some sweetness.
And burned in effigy of Uncle Sam at the front gate of the American Embassy.
slave. Huh?
Don't like folks skulking around our business. Can we just ignore that?
I ain't fucked anyone up yet today. What's Four-Finger got going on at the church?
There's all kinds of dope over at the church. If you destroy it, the boss is gonna lose a lot of money.
You know too fucking much.
Got it?
Let me get my hands on him.
Gonna... Wasted, bitch. I got brothers to marry. On the bright side, like a damn ghost.
Used to be you could swim off the coast. Nowadays,
One down, some.
Yeah, got him! He's ripping into me!
Well, don't let him shoot at us.
That baby's all mine.
Gotta change bags!
Run that motherfucker out of here.
That's my girl.
I see him!
Just do my job.
Chuck.
Shit, he's killing us. I'm stuck here, boys. Kids.
What do we have here? Hey, watch for the splashback!
I got brothers to bury.
huh?
Watch yourself!
This one's different.
Who's that I see walking in these woods? Why, it's Little Red Riding Hood. Red Riding Hood. You sure are looking good. You're everything a big bad
Got to get back to my baby. Long days are gone, I'm a going home. My baby used to whip me a little. When she rolled me out there, said she couldn't live without me no more. Listen, mister, can't you see I got to get back to my baby some more? Look at there, it's him! Kill that motherfucker to make you scream for more!
Handing us our asses! Stopping us!
Drop him! Y'all
Keep trying, cocksucker.
Don't take me yet.
Not at all.
35.
Kinda need to get more shit soon.
I see him!
These shows are killing me. Feel like I've been on my feet for a year. I can't wait to get home.
We ain't going easy on you, friend.
Look out!
Hey,
A USO musical group was ambushed by the Viet Cong last night, resulting in the death of 2 band members and the wounding of 2 others. The group, Brandy Perry and the Bubble Machine, was attempting to reach a coastal village near Saigon before nightfall.
Hello, I'm Johnny Cash.
been listening in on old Charlie, and he isn't such a bad fellow. He's more of a kinder, gentler redneck. And as luck would have it, his wife is expecting.
Man in that situation usually doesn't care who he works for, as long as he's still above ground.
Poor Sap starts blubbering when the two of them talk about names. Right now, it's between Bocephus and Thomas Lee. Anyway, his guys have the church locked down, and all of them are more of the shoot first, let God sort them out variety of redneck. You get your hands on Charlie, though. He'll do what he's told without putting up much of a fuss. All your intel's been updated.
You going back to the motel?
After I get something to eat, I'll see you when you're done dealing with these inbred assholes.
You hear some of that shit on the radio lately? Fucking noise, you ask me.
What do you think Georgie will do if he finds out all our... What?
I'll be over here! Need a second to reload! I don't send peace, but a soul! Get going! Cover my ass! We all damned! Let's go to hell! Free!
There you go, cocksucker!
Fuck, 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 fuck! It's over here. Get him. Hit him with the fire. Yeah, burn, boy. I'm a Molotov, you dumb fucker.
Don't...
Cover!
Jesus Christ!
Work for me, and you might live long enough to raise your family.
Okay, sure thing. Whatever you want.
That's good, Charlie, real good. Send your men to the First Baptist Church. Those Dixie heathens have been handled.
I'll have some of my men come right over. And thanks.
your name for the record?
Donovan, John.
Mr. Donovan, you understand that by appearing before this committee, you have explicitly waived your constitutional rights in regards to counsel and self-incrimination.
Sure.
And you further acknowledge that by appearing before this committee, you agree to disclose all information pertaining to the events that occurred in New Bordeaux during the summer and fall of 1968.
I wouldn't be sitting here if I didn't.
You were an operative in the Central Intelligence Agency from 1953 to 1969, is that correct?
That's right.
When did you arrive in Vietnam?
August of 1961.
Please describe for this committee the actions you took during your time in Vietnam.
I spent a couple months in Saigon. Then I was transferred to a base in Laos that was operated by the Special Activities Division. We trained and equipped the Hmong and then turned them loose on the NVA. We're running arms and supplies via the Ho Chi Minh Trail.
And you worked with Lincoln Clay in what eventually became the Phoenix program.
Within a year or so, Lincoln was heading up his own PRU. We'd cross over into Vietnam and locate enemy targets and either kill them or bring them back for interrogation. Just thinking about it? Jesus Christ. You wouldn't believe the shit we did to those cocksuckers.
God ain't forgetting what those motherfuckers did to this place, Mr. Clay. I won't either.
You're a mess, Mr. Duvall.
Oh, that I am. Remy Duvall, that is. Welcome to the Native Son, dear listener. In this segment, I am joined by the lovely Miss Olivia Marcano.
Hey, everyone.
Dear listener, some of you know Miss Marcano from her charitable work with underprivileged girls around New Bordeaux.
I have known her.
Good to see this.
This man's name is Jesse. We were just having ourselves a little conversation about Richie Doucet.
Listen, I ain't done nothing, you hear? I don't know anything. I was just taking a walking down the street and she just grabbed me is all.
You a Dixie Mafia?
No. Yes, I mean, shit. I did it for the money, you hear? I ain't got nothing personal against y'all. I don't even carry a gun.
Where's Doucet?
He's out at the abandoned amusement park to the west of here.
Banned Saturdays. What the hell is he doing out there?
From what I heard, it's because you've been tearing things up. Georgie's on a goddamn warpath. He wants Richie dead. So Richie, he grabbed what was left of the heroin and took off. Said he was gonna lay low until he could settle things with Georgie.
How many men he got with him?
Hell, I don't know. All of them.
Hand me that knife.
No, please. No, I ain't done nothing to y'all. Please, I'm begging you. My mama, my papa.
Go on, get.
He could warn Doucet.
He ain't no threat to nobody. Let him run back home to his mama.
If you wrong, there'll be hell to pay.
NBX 790.
Bad sense about this, man. Richie needs to work his shit out with Georgie.
Well, he ain't got no fucking choice. Cause if he don't, we fucked like your mama on prom night.
For sure, man.
Take him, boy.
Welcome to Baron Saturday's Fun Park. We're sure happy to have you with us today. So put your troubles aside and enjoy yourself. You never know what that dirty old Baron's got waiting for you round the corner.
Lucky bastard!
Motherfucker, go check that shit.
You gotta be somewhere, sweetheart. Don't leave nothing left.
Hey, can you get around him? Ducking down. Run that motherfucker out of here.
You know, we can work something out.
Stop! Keep trying.
Shit, gotta reload.
Any of y'all seen him? Where'd he go, fellas?
See if he's still over there.
Let's try over here now. We ain't done.
Easy guys like this.
Squeals.
Hey, motherfucker.
Having a hard time getting a shot off like this.
Right, we got the Carnival Carousel. Nice place for you boys and girls to stay out of trouble. But if you're one of those adventurous types, you might want to get over and meet the meanest gators this side of the body on the crazy gator roller coaster. But be careful now. I hear those boys sure do love dark meat. Welcome to the Bone Rattler. Ain't much resting in peace going on here.
Mixed up in all this shit. You ready for second guessing now, asshole?
To ensure a safe ride, keep your hands on the inside the casket at all times.
the fucking knot, bitch!
Long as I'm breathing, the mongrels will not
Gonna make you cry for your mama. Get my ass out of this shit. You like that, asshole? Hell yeah!
Daddy's wild ride is the wildest ride in the country.
Run that motherfucker! Get out of here!
And when you're back on solid ground,
Georgie sent you?
Dr. Yaya
What do you have here?
Some bitch got me paying!
That's good.
Fuck!
You piece of shit.
Well, folks, you made it all the way to the paddle wheel. And Lord, have mercy it was. There ain't a prettier sight than the view from the top. But don't take my word for it.
Yeah, burn, boy!
I'm playing with this asshole. I can't, I'm ready to stomp.
Welcome, y'all. Oh, you like to hear a story? Well, I just happen to have one. So why don't you sit for a spell and have a listen to my tale about that devil beast known as the Rougarou. It all began in a small Negro village nestled deep in the bayou, far outside our civilized city. It was a place where slaves ran to hide from the world and hoped to call home. But something else called this place home too. Something evil. And it was watching. Waiting. Now say what you will about the life of a slave, but those days brought the Negro folk closer to God. Saved many a soul from the lake of fire that it did. But soon they started backsliding, returning to the ways of their African ancestors. And an elder named Papa Virgil led them back to that old heathen practice
run this through, boy. You think you can come in here and steal my heroin without nobody noticing?
I'm not here to steal your heroin, Richie. I'm here to make you pay for what you did to Sammy and Ellis Robinson.
I didn't have nothing to do with that!
I watched you stab Ellis in the gut. I couldn't do nothing about it then, but I sure as hell can now.
God damn it! None of that was my idea, you hear? It was all Georgie, him and his old man. They wanted y'all gone, not me. What was I supposed to do? Say no?
Either that or make sure that I was dead.
Oh, no. No, please, listen. Just decent thing would be to let a man get in a prayer before you kill him.
You can pray on the way up.
When I saw Richie Doucette hanging from that Ferris wheel, I felt a profound sense of disbelief. Nothing like this had ever happened before. You mobsters killed each other all the time, but it was generally a small, contained event. Some greaseball is eating spaghetti and meatballs at his favorite restaurant and gets popped in the head. But this was different. Even then, even before I knew who killed him, I knew that Richie had been put on display. Lincoln was trained in psychological warfare by the CIA. He wanted to terrify the mob, wanted them to know he was going to kill every last one of them, and that none of them would be able to stop him.
Coming at you from deep inside the house. And tonight, we're gonna talk about the things happening right here in New Bordeaux. Things I don't think anyone could have ever predicted. Except yours truly, of course.
I hope it don't flood again. Where you been?
How you doing?
Look like it's clearing up. Don't catch me a walk in the moonlight.
Doucette's dead. The hollow's yours.
They say you strung him up on the old Ferris wheel.
He killed Ellis. Shit all over the people in this neighborhood. Doucette got what he deserved.
The righteous will rejoice when he sees the vengeance. He will bathe his feet in the blood of the wicked. That goes both ways, you know.
Thought you said all that was behind us.
My men are struggling with the notion that we now have to answer to the same men who killed Baca, who wiped out half our number.
If I was them, I'd get over it. We don't have time to go around coddling people.
Of course not. But gestures carry weight. And if you were to help my man Emmanuel, that's a gesture that would go a long way in calming nerves.
What's he need?
He oversees my reefer operation over at the boathouse. Help him, and I'll see to it you get a portion of the profits.
Just so we're clear, I'm expecting a cut of everything. Not just what comes from selling weed. It's gonna cost a lot of money to take down Marcano.
Don't worry. I'll make sure you get your money. We had this kind of money because of all the work you done. Take it. You deserve it.
Breaking news in New Bordeaux. There are reports of a violent shootout at the abandoned Baron Saturday's Fun Park. The authorities haven't released an official tally, but sources are reporting multiple casualties.
Come on.
Problems?
This goddamn thing keeps jamming up. If you're ready to see the other briefings, we can get started.
Show me what else you managed to dig up.
You got it. 2 of the city's finest scumbags. Looking pretty lively for a dead guy. Oh, yes. Point for Dunn's favorite son, Thomas Burke.
How's he doing since Danny?
9 weeks ago, Burke stumbles into Roman the Butcher Barbiere's deli, drunk off his ass, waving a gun around. He fires off 10 rounds, but the only thing he manages to hit is a fucking ham hock in the goddamn deli case. The butcher's boys slap the shit out of him and toss him in a dumpster.
Barbiere's the one who took over Point Verdun, right? Busted up Burke's leg with a tire iron.
That's why Burke was willing to go along with the robbery. He thought it'd make things square with Sal, and he'd be able to get Point Verdun back.
He always struck me as an asshole.
Yeah, just like every other Irishman. But he hates Marcano as much as you do.
Yeah, all right. Least I can do is give Danny's old man a chance for a little payback. Oh, fucking hell.
He's been spending his time in a dive bar up in Point Verdun. Duffy's, it's called. Shouldn't be too hard to find.
Yo, you better be worth all this trouble.
The man himself, Mr. Vito Scaletta.
You gotta be shitting me.
Last couple months have been pretty tough on old Vito. Sal's always hated him. Thought he was a mole for the commission, but he couldn't do anything about it because Vito's made. After the heist, Sal refused to pay Vito his cut, and then he put the clamps on him. He's been trying to limit Vito's ability to pay what's owed.
And if Scaletta can't kick up, the commissioner give Marcano permission to whack him.
The only reason that Vito is still above ground is because he has a couple off-the-record businesses. He's been using that money to pay Sal.
Gotta give Scaletta credit. Pretty goddamn tenacious.
He's lasted a lot longer than I thought he would, but the clock is ticking. A couple weeks ago, Sal sent in his nephew, a kid named Michael Greco, to help Vito run River Row. Greco's been using his guys to limit what Vito can do, where he can go. Once he has Vito completely boxed in, he'll make his move.
Scaletta has to know what Greco has planned. I'll pay him a visit. See if I can't leverage this thing with Greco to bring Scaletta around to my way of thinking.
I'm sure he'll appreciate your concern.
Berkeley, California, Students for a Democratic Society held a mass gathering demanding the
Any word about how it's going?
I get a resupply in River Row?
Coming at you. Hang tight.
You spot anything you can use? Let me see what you got.
Don't... I'm out of here.
Any word about how it's going in there? How you think? Vito's taking his beating. Wish Greco would just let us kill the poor sumbitch and get it over with. Nah, Greco wants to show how tough he is. Beat on old Vito till we all respect him. If only all it took was beating up on a washed-up carpetbagger.
Fucking with me ain't smart, pal.
Huh?
Hell, you... Heading for cover! Slow motherfuckers die first. Gonna take more than you to hurt me. I'm gonna piss on your corpse! Can't kill all of us. Can't kill all of us. I'm empty! We're dropping like fucking flies! We're dropping like fucking flies! I'm ducking down! Must have run off. And I find you, you're fucking dead.
Still around.
Got ammo! Gotta reload! Heading for cover. Yeah, over here!
First cut's mine.
Whole team! Get me out of here!
Looks like I got here just in time, Vito.
Lincoln. How's this possible? I thought you were dead.
Bullet was deflected by my skull. Came out the back.
Talk about some goddamn luck.
Worst place to shoot a fella's in the forehead. Skull's harder than you think. Come on. We need to have a talk.
When I heard about what happened, I went to Marcano asking my cut right then and there. Figured if he fucked you and Sammy, I'd be next.
Yeah, I'm guessing he didn't go for it.
Said he wanted to wait for the heat to die down. Didn't want me running around, buying expensive shit, getting noticed. Like I'm some fucking amateur, never sat on a big score before. The money I fronted for the robbery was pretty much everything I put away. Didn't have enough to run, so I stayed. Commission wouldn't let him just kill me, so I figure I'd make that cocksucker jump through every hoop, make him prove I deserve to get whacked. Wasn't much, but it was something.
Heard he brought in his nephew to push you out.
A kid named Michael Greco. Nephew by marriage, not blood.
Sure didn't number in here.
Yeah. They were looking to see what other rackets I was running. Like I'd leave a fucking paper trail in my office. Don't bother with that shit. Look, appreciate you getting me out of the freezer and all, but, what are you doing here?
Marcano deserves to pay for what he did, so I'm going after him. Him, his brothers, his lieutenants, all of them. And I'm gonna need your help.
Look, pretty much whittled me down to nothing. I mean, this is it.
For now, maybe. Once I take back River Road from Greco, money will start coming in, it'll be a different story.
Well, so we're partners now.
As long as you do what I say and give me what I want when I want it.
So goodbye, Marcano, hello, Lincoln Clay.
It's either that or more of this. And next time, I won't be around to fish your ass out the freezer.
Nobody kills that scumbag but me. You bring me Greco, I'm in.
Tell me about his rackets.
He took over the dock union and he's got a warehouse. He has a lot of valuable shit in there. You take both of them out, Greco's finished. A couple of my guys been keeping tabs on him. You should talk to them. They'll fill you in.
All right. Can I get a resupply in River Road?
Going at you.
Vito says you can help me get this bread of mine to a safe place.
Sure can, honey. And a friend of Vito's is a friend of mine. Be there lickety split. All right. What do we have today?
Better not lose this.
On my way. Call me if you need me.
Let me see what you got.
Okay. Copy with that. See you later.
Trying to get...
Washington. Couldn't be more proud of her.
If you say so. Home is a 4 o'clock happy hour. That's right.
What did those rednecks think would happen? We aren't slaves anymore.
Maybe.
Vito says you're reliable.
Vito said you'd be expecting me.
Took you long enough. I'm Jock Blanchard. Vito claims you can unfug this mess and get us working men back on a job.
Maybe. Depends if the information's any good.
Used to kick up to Vito's man Andy Toretto for union work. But now that Couillon Greco got Andy squeezing everybody for more dues. You don't pay,
you don't get a work permit. Poor fuck's even gotta use Greco's loudmouth buddies to collect.
This Greco sounds like a real piece of shit.
You don't know the half of it. On top of that, Andy's gotta keep the permits under lock and key. Anything happens to those, oof, ain't no work happening around here.
I'll see what I can get out of Toretto's people.
Toretto runs a tight ship, but you should be able to get some of his guys talking.
That amusement park's been closed a while. Wonder what that boy was doing there.
You want to buy something? You need to talk to Cassandra.
She said you could use some help, assuming you're a manual.
Assume at your own risk, Lincoln Clay.
So running the weed, y'all got a routine laid out?
We take a boat to the bayou, grab the bears, bring them back.
Bayou can be a rough territory. Dixie Mafia knows every inch.
Do those white boys scare you, Fred? Did they touch your zozo when you were a child?
Cassandra failed to mention your charming personality.
I highly doubt she forgot.
You do this kind of thing back in Haiti?
Back in my country, I was a hooligan, a priest.
What's a priest know about trafficking weed?
I did not run marijuana, Fred. My cargo was refugees, people. I saved their lives, got them away from Duvalier. But you probably don't know much about that.
We gonna have a problem, you and me?
Cassandra says we are partners, that everything is cool between us. Are we cool?
Don't think I call it that.
Neither would I. Cassandra might be able to let go of what you did to our people. But I cannot.
Maybe you'd be happier back in Haiti.
It was not my choice to come here. Leave my home. But I'm trying to make the best of it.
Aren't we all?
There are still Dixie Mafia scattered around the hollow. If you have the time, you should see to them. Convince them to leave.
A shipment of weed is being delivered down in the bayou. Get a boat, use it to bring everything back.
Before this city even existed. But of course, if the government doesn't get its cut, well, then you got trouble. So why not legalize and tax it? Is there something else going on here? Well, there's a person who might be able to shine a light on things. There are 100,000 total marijuana smokers in the U.S., and most are Negroes, Hispanics, Filipinos, and entertainers. Their satanic music, jazz and swing, result from marijuana use. This marijuana causes white women to seek sexual relations with Negroes, entertainers, and any others. Mr. Harry Anslinger, the man responsible for the prohibition of marijuana, said that back 30 years ago. Mr. Anslinger also blessed us with these fine words of wisdom. Reaper makes darkies think they as good as white men.
London, England, Wandsworth Prison. The lawyer for James Earl Ray announced that if his client is extradited, he will plead innocent by reason of insanity in the assassination of Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. Colored civil rights leader Dr. King was shot by a sniper on April 4th as he stood on a Memphis hotel balcony.